Good morning to respected Reverend Father Principal, dear teachers,
enlightening each of you on various consumer and co-related information.
I'm certain everyone here is familiar with the term consumer.
I am a consumer. You are a consumer. You buy products from the market. I buy products from the market. These purchases give you satisfaction. These purchases give me satisfaction too.
But hey, do you know what makes us consumers? Have you any idea of the privileges that we as consumers are offered? No?
Well then, allow us, the Consumer Club, to give you an insight into the same.
India, a country with over 1.28 billion consumers driving its economy and moving towards digitization and global supply chain. As India rises and shines in the world economy as a powerful country with a strong government at the helm of affairs, the Ministry of Consumer Affairs is relentlessly working towards consumer empowerment. Which resonates with our Honorable Prime Minister's vision.
Ultimately, consumer is a king.
India has a Consumer Protection Act 1986 and a new bill has been tabled in 2015 with additional features to provide adequate protection of the interests of consumers. Jago Grahak Jago has been a marquee consumer awareness drive.
Agreed. But what does this cobra have to do to me? Cobra? Oh, you mean the Consumer Protection Act 1986. Well, you see, it's a law that our government in India passed to protect the rights of us as consumers.
Did you just mention rights? These rights sound like well-formatted policy proposals or just mere paper.
No. That is not true. You are just speaking like that because you, my friend, don't realize your rights as a consumer. Don't worry, let me explain.
He consults a doctor. The doctor said that Bharat had to get his tonsils removed by surgery. Bharat gets admitted in the hospital for the treatment. Bharat was given the treatment, but due to the negligence of the doctor and the hospital staff, Bharat was given an overdose of anesthesia. Bharat's father filed a complaint against the hospital in the State Consumer Dispute Redressal Commission. Bharat's father asked for compensation from the hospital of rupees 5 lakhs because the hospital was responsible for the paralyzed state of his child. The State Consumer Dispute Redressal Commission held the hospital responsible for the paralysis of Bharat and asked them to pay him the compensation. As we saw in this case, that how the use of wrong medicines and the negligence of someone can cause harm to us as consumers. Similarly, today we as consumers are facing that very problem. We have to face all such goods and services which can be very dangerous for us. For example, a pressure cooker's valve is damaged or defective, then it can cause very serious accidents. So the manufacturers of the cooker must take care that the valve is made of good quality and the government must verify the same. Right to consumer education.
उपभोक्ता शिक्षा का अधिकार
360-degree campaigns on multimedia platforms aim to educate and spread awareness about consumer protection.
हम उपभोक्ता से सबसे पहले अपील करेंगे कि आप जागरूक बनें।
Guidelines and directive from Ministry of Consumer Affairs ensure that consumers know about the quality, quantity, potency, purity, standard and price of goods or services through Smart Consumer app or app.
Right to be informed. Sidel, who is an engineering graduate, applies for a government job, for which she gives an interview with all the necessary documents and certificates. Many days passed, but Sidel was not aware of her result yet. So she contacted the officials to inquire about her result. Even after that, she did not get any proper response from them. Later, she filed an online RTI request form, that is, Right to Information Request Form, so that she could check her result and plan her future accordingly. Because of filing an RTI, she now knew what was her result. She had passed the examination and also got a job offer. This story of Sidel applies to us, consumers as well, because we have the right to be informed about the goods and services that are available in the market. It is important for a product to contain information like the ingredients, batch number, maximum retail price, date of manufacture and date of expiry, so that we know about the product and make a decision whether to buy that product or not. Right to seek redressal.
Consumers' interests will receive due consideration at appropriate forums. To seek redressal against unfair trade practices or unscrupulous exploitation of consumers, National Consumer Helpline has been strengthened by augmenting the number of counselors to 60. Online portal consumerhelpline.gov.in and web chat was introduced to mediate consumer issue. National Consumer Helpline has partnered with over 300 companies to offer resolution by involvement of senior officials of these companies.
Right to choose. Yash joins a coaching institute for his studies of class 11th and 12th, for which he fills up an admission form and pays a fee of rupees 1 lakh in advance for 2 years. Yash studied in that institute for a year, but he had a major problem with the way of teaching and understanding the concepts. So he decides to leave that institute and join a new one. Yash realizes that he had already paid the fees of the second year too in advance. So he checks the terms and conditions of the admission form that he filled earlier, and there was nowhere mentioned that a student cannot take a refund if he decides to leave the coaching in between. Yash asked the institute for a refund of the amount that he paid for the second year. But the institute denied to return his money and asked him to leave. A complaint against the coaching institute in the district consumer court. The court orders the institute to return rupees 57,000 to him, as it is his right to choose whether he wants to study there or not. With this incident, we can understand that no matter whoever it is, whatever gender, whatever is his age, or whatever kind of service he is taking, he has the right to choose as a consumer, which means it is up to us. If we don't like any good or service, then we can change it and also make an appeal in the consumer court. Right to be heard. In the COBRA Act, a 3-tier quasi-judicial machinery was made at the district, state and national level to resolve the consumer disputes. The district level court, also known as district forum, are those to whom the claims are sent, which are up to rupees 2 lakhs. The state level court or the state commission are those to whom claims are sent which amount from rupees 20 lakhs and go up to rupees 1 crore. The claims which amount more than rupees 1 crore are sent to the National Commission. Because of the COBRA Act, we consumers have the right to be heard, because of which we consumers can go to the court and solve our problems.
So, how do you view your problem now? Do you not feel empowered knowing that you can approach protective agencies such as district courts, state and national commissions to address your grievance.
Oh yes. How could I be so ignorant? I should have known better how to exercise my rights and how to seek relief. Okay, thanks man. I got to go now.
Huh? Where to?
I need to register my complaint at the nearest consumer forum and get my rightful compensation.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. But tell me, why such a rush?
You see, my wife has sent out advance lunch invites to my in-laws on my birthday on the 15th of next month.
So,
So, I need to make sure that before my in-laws show up, my induction is either replaced or refunded.
that makes sense. I understand. Well, see you, man.
They seem like they have learned quite a lot about their consumer rights and responsibilities. Have you? Well then, let me sum it up for you. Consumer rights give us rights to fight against malpractices legally in the court of law. These are namely
Right to safety. Right to consumer education. Right to be informed. Right to seek redressal. Right to choose. And right to be heard. We now would like to show you an informational clip on the recently rumored allegations which are being made on plastic rice being supplied in the market by ration holders.
ज्यांना राजून आपले महिन्याचे राशन हाडले त्यांना ताणे पळयले की काय तांदूळ बाकी तांदळांपेक्षा वेगळे दिसताले. राजूक थोडी गडबड दिसली. ताका लागून हाच्या बद्दल तो आपलो इश्ट देवाकडे उलयलो. देव, हांवें ह्या फावटी 45 तांदूळ घेतिल्ले जातून बारीक पोषक तत्व मेळिल्ले असले, पण म्हाका हातून प्लास्टिक सारखे कितें तरी दिसले. हांवें सुद्दां आयकलां की प्लास्टिक तांदूळ बाकीच्या तांदळांनी मिक्स करून विकतात म्हूण. हाच्या बद्दल हांवें एक व्हिडिओ सुद्दां पळयल्लो जातून तांणी शितापासून बोल तयार केल्लो. अरे, हे खरेंच रे? आता हांव ह्या तांदळाचें कितें करूं? राजू, आयज आमच्या गांवांत फूड सेफ्टी ऑफिसर आयल्या. चल या, तांकांच विचारूया. राजू आणि देव आपले एरियेतले फूड सेफ्टी ऑफिसराक मेळून हाच्या बद्दल उलोवणी केली. सर, पळयात न्ही, ह्या 45 तांदळांतले काय तांदूळ वेगळे दिसता. भियो नाका. FSSAIच्या आदेशाप्रमाण तांदळांत बारीक पोषक तत्व जाय तितल्याच प्रमाणात मिक्स केल्ले वता. हाकाच म्हणटात फोर्टिफाईड रायस. फोर्टिफाईड रायस तांदळाचो पावडर आणि बारीक पोषक तत्व जसे व्हायटमिन B12, फॉलिक ऍसिड आणि आयर्न हे सगळे सामक्या प्रमाणात मिक्स करून केले वता. मागीर हे तांदूळ बाकीच्या तांदळांत 100 तांदळांनी एक तांदूळ अशा प्रमाणात मिक्स केले वता. बरें आसा, पूण हे बॉल कशें कित्याक जाता? उकडिल्ल्या शीतांत 80% स्टार्च असता आणि कार्बोहायड्रेटची अधिक मात्रा आशिल्ल्या कारणान शीत चिटकून उरता आणि तातूंत लवचिकता सुद्धा येता. आणि हा, खंयच्याय तरेचे शीत चिटकून तुम्ही अशा तरेचो बॉल तयार करपाक शकता. हे तर तुम्ही सामकी खरी बरी गजाल सांगली सर, पूण फॉर्टिफायड तांदळाची दवरपाची पद्दत आणि उकडपाची पद्दतीन कितें फरक आसता? कांयच ना. फॉर्टिफायड तांदळाचे दवरपाची पद्दत, स्वाद आणि उकडपाची विधी बाकीच्या तांदळा सारखीच आसता. आमी प्रत्येक दिसाच्या जेवणान फॉर्टिफायड तांदळाचो आस्पाव करपाक जाय, जातून आमकां आणि आमच्या फॅमिलीक बरे तरेचे पोषण मेळपाक शकतले. हाच्याच बरोबर सगळे तांदूळ उत्पादकांनी सुद्धा फॉर्टिफायड रायस उपलब्ध करपाक जाय, जातून आमी हाचो लाभ घेवपाक शकतात. सर, तुम्ही तर आमचे दोळेच उगडले. आता हांव म्हाका आणि माझ्या फॅमिली खातीर फॉर्टिफायड तांदूळच हाडटलो. फूड सेफ्टी अँड स्टँडर्ड ऑथॉरिटी ऑफ इंडिया कडल्यान लोकहितार्थ कळीत केलें वता.
Now, I request Reverend Father Principal to kindly address the gathering.
Good morning to you. First of all, I thank Sir Nilesh for inviting the national level media to shoot our program today. And for all the hard work that Sir Nilesh has put along with his team, I think he deserves a clap. I appreciate and I keep repeating those clubs who make a difference to the higher secondary. The purpose of the clubs is to contribute something that otherwise would not have happened in the school. And we have so many staff members, we have so many students with their own interests, with their abilities. When we help each other grow, the growth is multiplied. And therefore, I want to encourage, I can only talk to people who get motivated, who have the desire to do something. Because those who don't, no point in asking them, because nothing will happen. So I'm encouraging those to get interested in your respective clubs, make a difference, add something to our knowledge, to our betterment, to our growth, to the growth of the higher secondary. And to which today, Sir Nilesh, what you presented was excellent today. The way they spoke, the way they came in, the way they went out, I did not see a single flaw anywhere, including catching and taking the props. All well done, well arranged, with the backdrop, poster put, everything looked into, and I saw Sir Nilesh coming during the holidays with his group to prepare for this assembly. So well done. I should say even I learned a lot of things on account which I myself never knew, sir. Thank you for enlightening me. I've learned various privileges that I have. No? I have so many rights, I never knew I had so many rights. Thank you for that. Thank you. But students, what I would be also happy is if sir were to tell us about our duties as a consumer. As consumers, we have duties as well. When I eat a Lay's packet, not to throw over there as a consumer is my duty. not to consider the world as a dustbin. I take my garbage and throw on the road as a consumer. Is my duty not to do that. It's my duty as a consumer not to consume what my parents cannot afford to give me. It's my duty not to consume those things. It's my duty when I see somebody poor, starving, does not have the bare minimum. It's my duty as a consumer to make sure that they also have the right to consume the bare minimum, the basic necessities. It's my duty as a consumer not to consume everything that I get, and because somebody can give me, I can afford it. And duty for consumer to say certain at this age to say no. We have duties as a consumer. And so Nilesh, next time, so the next assembly will be on duties, sir. Intercoms are kept for duties. Sorry for spoiling your duties. Importance of duties to remember, students. We are too much consumer oriented, grabby type of people. And what to give back, we seldom think, learn that aspect of consumerism. Including the word to say a thank you is a duty of a good consumer. I remember being in a restaurant once, and the poor waiter, it was a simple restaurant, would-be type, and this waiter came over there, and instead of getting coffee, he bought tea over there. And on the first sip, the way it was a couple and the children, the way the lady abused that man for getting a wrong order. Duty of a consumer is decency. Duty of a consumer is sensitivity. Learn to be a true and a good consumer, not a complaining type only. Besides talking about the consumer, sir, I wish our students get into not just being consumers as much as making or being entrepreneurs. Being those people who let others have or do get on account of us. In the home, students, I as a student is a consumer. And there could be demands from the producer, our parents sometimes. I need this, I need to get better food, you need to do this for me. Our demands could be unlimited. Sometimes this consumer attitude can make us self-centered, selfish. Be careful of it. But more than that, students, what I'm also putting in your mind is learn to be a good entrepreneur. By the way, every end of every consumer, the other side is a producer, is an entrepreneur. All of us, or many of us, are entrepreneurs in our own right. Be that good entrepreneur, a business person someday, including a good teacher, because students, you are a consumer when it comes to me being the producer and entrepreneur. And I have a right towards you as a teacher. So for us teachers also, it's our duty as in this consumer that we satisfy our consumers. We need to extend the whole idea of consumerism. What type of a consumer am I at home? Am I a sucker? Do things and let my parents do the bed and everything else for me? Wash my dishes? Am I that type of a consumer? Wash my plates and so on? Consumer. Be a good consumer. Beyond that, be an entrepreneur. Be somebody who gives to society rather than be at the sucking end of the line.
The whole consumer club and the NSS unit I, as a member of the Consumer Club, would like to express our greatest gratitude to Reverend Father Principal and all the staff members present here. My dear friends, thank you for being such a wonderful audience. A very big thank you to our economics teacher, Teacher Kimberly, for guiding us for the success of this program, and also Sir Nilesh for helping us throughout the program. Thank you very much.